All right, I'm hurrying. Leave me alone. How is everybody doing today? I hope we're all having a good day. Oh, interesting. I'm just opening something up here. No? Oh, I know. My bad. It's one of the things. Okay, here we go. New window over here. Hang tight, guys. Be right with you. It's one of the benefits of live video. Just can be a pain in the butt sometimes. But we are getting there. All right. Let's go ahead and swap over here. Oh, did I screw it up? Is somebody already correcting me? Well, we can go in there and... Well, that's what happens when you try to jam these things out. All right, we got a bunch of people on. How are we doing today? Hope we're all having a good day. A good Monday. Hope you guys all had a great weekend. Hope it wasn't as crazy as I kind of read about today, and I have a hard time believing that it was. I don't know if I'm buying into the whole Juneteenth thing right now. But a lot of you guys have probably already heard that. That's one of the things that came up, is that this whole Juneteenth and like throwing in a holiday over, when it simply didn't exist a couple days before, that it caused some problems for some loan officers. Which I don't really recall like when the last holiday that we had was. I mean, didn't we kind of change Columbus Day? Isn't Columbus Day something else now? Anyone? Isn't Columbus Day like a different day, or President's Day is something else? Okay, something like that. I know that I think one of the holidays, Martin Luther King Day, kind of replaced another one that we had on the books. But all that stuff was kind of years in the making. This Juneteenth thing, it came up pretty quickly. I mean, at least for me. But, here's the interesting part of this whole thing. And by the way, by all means, it's a great holiday. It sounds like a great idea. I'm all for it. But it's interesting, the unintended consequences of just saying, okay, we're going to sign this thing into law, and then we're going to recognize this holiday without consideration for the ripple effects it has on any other industries, and we're going to do this thing essentially overnight. Now, I have a hard time believing that loan officers are really having that hard of a time with this. Now, I've read the articles, and I've seen the people who've kind of done some bitching, pissing, and moaning, and there could be something to it. So I'm not just, wholeheartedly across the board striking this thing as just a bunch of vitriol. I'm not saying that. But it could certainly, right? And here's the thing. Here's the part that really kind of tripped me out. So let's think about this. We have a holiday that's now going to be recognized. Is it recognized on Friday, Saturday, or Monday? Now, what about rights of rescission? What about locks? What if you're somebody who's got a lot of production out there and you're pretty tight on some of your locks there? Does this actually get you to blow through a lock, and have rates gotten worse to where blowing through a lock right now is going to cost you money? And it certainly could. Rights of rescission. That's a big one here. I want to read this to you and tell me if you guys find this stuff as funny as I find it. Now, this is from the FDIC. When it comes to your rescission period, so whenever you're getting like a HELOC, you have 3 days where it's it's kind of like your cooling down period to see if you really want to borrow this money, if you want to take the money out. So you have a 3-day cooling down period. And the right of rescission was part of the Truth in Lending Act in 1968. So we've been doing this stuff for 52 years, somewhere in there, right? 53 years. So 53 years, part of the Truth in Lending was a 72-hour right of rescission that cannot be waived. That's the big thing. So now what we do is we put together a new holiday, one that just didn't exist a few days before. Okay, that's the whole thing. And lenders aren't sure exactly how to go about this. So according to the FDIC, guys, this is the FDIC. Here's what their official statement is on your 3-day rescission period for your Truth in Lending Act laws that date back to 1968, over 50 years ago. Here's their official position for lenders. This is the clarity that lenders are looking for to know if they need to extend the rescission out one more day in order to have a loan that they're not going to have to buy back that gets stuck on their books. Here's what the FDIC has to say. Whether it will affect the rescission period for loans closed earlier this week before the signing of the law is uncertain. That's it. That's all you get. That's all you get. So, it's kind of hard to say. The FDIC came out and just laid a big egg. Some loan officers have decided to preemptively delay some closings just in case regulators decide that this is the perfect opportunity to crack down on compliance missteps. No one wants any additional attention from the newly invigorated Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Now, again, very telling here, isn't it? So you're having lenders who don't want to get caught in a compliance misstep from what they see to be the newly invigorated CFPB. Do you realize how hostile the nature of the relationship between lenders and our regulatory agencies are? That lenders actually see the CFPB right now not as a beacon to bring clarity to what would otherwise be confusing issues of consumer compliance. No. Rather, they see them as somebody who is going to be punitive and mean in nature to what they're trying to do, which is help clients. It's odd how we have our regulators so remarkably at odds with those who they essentially govern. That would be mortgage lenders across the country, and yet this is how they feel. Because one thing that's going to happen with lenders all the time is lenders are going to default to the most conservative. I'm seeing if I can speed my computer up here, guys, because I can tell that some of this stuff is going just at the pace of government. Here's an interesting one. So I don't know if you guys saw this, but Zillow has tapped into improving its home valuation estimates. Now, how are they going to do this? So Zillow is going to improve their home estimates, their Zestimates. I like to say they're tapping into artificial intelligence. They're not going to go for the much more conventional actual intelligence. No, we're going to tap into artificial intelligence. And listen, artificial intelligence is governed by rules and algorithms. It still is. It's just better than the old ones, right? In the last I checked, I wonder how well these algorithms can improve themselves on their own and what type of mistakes are going to be made beforehand in order to dial in what's going to be the newest version of the Zestimate. But you might be asking yourself as a real estate agent or as a mortgage lender out there, after all these years of painstakingly putting out absolutely accurate Zestimates for consumer and realtor consumption alike, why after such a beautiful track record with the Zestimates is Zillow coming out now and reconsidering their algorithm and bringing artificial intelligence into an equation that did not need one for the past decade? Why, oh, why is it now? Does anyone know? Any thoughts, anybody? Man, this is a tough crowd today. Any thoughts on this? Wow, technical difficulties here. I got to figure out why I'm going so slow.